Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
Who is back.
I am back.
She is
Where'd I go?
Well, you weren't in the last two videos.
No, I was busy.
She was busy, plus her fingers broke.
Well, my finger's better. It's doing much better. It's fine.
I told people that you weren't in the videos because sometimes you slap the mic in anger.
No, but sometimes I do hit the arcade machine next to us. Like I'm like whack, and I hit it, and it's not pretty. I did hurt it today, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's pretty solid too. Mortal Kombat.
The machine, not my finger.
My
finger clearly wasn't solid.
No, her finger's not very solid. All right, so we've got a lot of Disney news we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how Universal Orlando is rebounding faster than Disney World. That's the big one. So it is a daily dose of dismal Disney. We're also going to talk about some rumors that they're cobbling together a new 50th anniversary parade written by WDW Pro. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about some job issues here and executive pay cuts and all kinds of things. But let's talk about this first.
Okay. So
Universal Orlando may be rebounding faster than Disney World, analysts say.
It's not just the analysts. We have friends down in Orlando, and we're hearing it from them as well.
That is true. In fact, I was very surprised to hear that because I know that Universal did lay some people off. I would have thought that if people can only choose one place to go, and there's that pent-up demand that they're going to head for Mickey Mouse's backyard.
Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what's going on is that Universal is definitely, catering to the locals. And Disney World is not doing that so much. Like Universal had that deal where you pay for a ticket and then you get to go to the park, like I think until Christmas or something, almost till Christmas time. And they're doing a lot of deals for people that are there. And they're also treating their annual pass holders, I think, better. So I've been hearing that multiple times from people, too. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Disney World isn't making it as easy for locals to get their park passes and things. They're starting to do better. They're starting to open up more for locals now, but annual pass holders. But I think Orlando's kicking their butt for that reason. I think also because they got that whole month end of goodwill before, Disney even reopened. And during that time, the cases went up. But people felt safer at Universal Orlando for whatever reason.
Well, I think a lot of it, too, is kind of, who comes. I mean, people travel from out of state, out of country to go specifically to Disney World. And that's a big part of Disney's business plan is getting people on an airplane.
That's true.
To come to Florida versus Disneyland. Now, I think whenever Disneyland finally opens, I think they might actually be more successful in some ways than Disney World. Because
they're more for locals.
It's more of a locals thing.
But they might be getting that sooner than later because they just took the Orange County off the really bad list in California. But I was going to say, too, with the Disney thing, and you said about the people coming overseas, well, a lot of things are blocked entry. But real quick aside here, I did a story earlier. Variety had mentioned how the Milan Premier Pass access was going to be a lot cheaper. Well, not a lot cheaper, like a few dollars cheaper for all the other countries but the United States. Their home country, their domestic fans, ones that keep them going. They're charging us more. But it's interesting because we've seen it before with trips.
Yeah.
Like the tickets for like people overseas are sometimes less, and they usually give them like the add-on, like with what you have to buy the plus to get like the water parks and more and all that. They get it for free.
Yeah, I know the UK gets some. Now, I've heard, I do not live in the UK. We do not live in the UK, but I have heard that the UK gets some crazy good deals. And I know that some travel agents were kind of salty about the deals that they were, Disney themselves were giving to people in the UK versus what they were able to offer.
So that that cuts into their bottom line too. But yeah, I think it just comes down to Disney's not catering. And then you said about hotels too. Universal has their hotels open that are the more like the value.
Yeah.
Disney just has recently opened some of those back up, but they are mostly the expensive hotels for the longest time. When they first started, it was like all the deluxes that were online first. Contemporary. They were the ones that came online first. So, no one's going to be spending with the economy the way it is, like $500 a night.
Disney has, and we'll talk about this maybe, later on in this episode, but Disney has absolutely lost track of, where middle America is. I don't think they care. They've been catering to the wealthy for so long.
But Universal was catering to the middle America. And now it's biting Disney in the butt.
Yeah, because people aren't traveling. They're not traveling in to go to Florida to go see Mickey Mouse. They don't care. We've seen the photos. We've seen videos. Other than Hollywood Studios, which I guess is still kind of crazy because of Star Wars and all that, they're not packing them in.
Well, I was going to, we talked before about how we did a video on it about Rise of the Resistance. A lot of stuff was down, not working.
Yeah.
Well, the other day, someone posted a video, and I have it up on piratesandprincesses.net, where people wrote it for the first time, and the effects were turned off. Like, all the projections weren't there, the sound wasn't there, nothing was there. Just the beginning and the end. But the whole rest of the middle of the ride, nada. And I put the video up if you can go see it if you go to the website.
Yeah, it's it's sad. I mean, and the ride breaks down all the time. That's another video. We did that video, and go check out that video. So here we'll read a little bit. This is coming from, look, the fact that this is making the Hollywood Reporter, this isn't just theme park blogs talking about it, is bad, because when the
theme park blogs allowed to talk about it.
I don't think a lot of them are, but we do, because we don't give a shit. So there we go.
Yeah, contrary to other people, we don't get perks and pay to kiss the mouse's butt.
Yeah, we don't get paid in cupcakes.
We can just be honest and say, and if it's cool, we'll say so. If it's not cool, we'll say so.
That's right. That is one of the advantages of being 100% self-funded. So here we go. Hollywood Reporter, both Florida destinations reopened to greatly diminished capacity, but Universal Orlando is bouncing back faster than Disney World attendance-wise, according to a new report from Deutsche Research analysts Brian Kraft and Benjamin Soft, released on Thursday. That would have been last week. Kraft and Soft note in their report that Universal, which opened its theme parks in June to a greatly diminished capacity, is seeing an uplift. Uplift in admissions, highlighting Saturdays when attendance is down 64%. In comparison, Disney World, which opened in July, is operating at 80% less than last year.
Yeah, my friend that's down there, they know who they are. Hello. She was telling me that, that there was definitely an increase in the crowds they're seeing recently, especially on like Saturdays. And she was saying Saturday was doing really well.
Yeah, so again, that's locals. They're going to come on the weekends. And if Disney does go to that 5-day-a-week thing, they'll probably just knock off a couple of weekdays.
Well, so far they haven't done that. So far they just have their hours cut, and at least that way through November.
But this is kind of sad. They're actually hoping that the attendance in Universal will help Disney. Given this ongoing...
Yeah, that's a switch. That's a flip right there.
That is, because usually it's like families will go down to Florida to go to Disney World for a week, and they'll make a day to go see the Wizarding World or something to go over to Universal. Given this ongoing improvement in Universal's attendance and declining daily COVID cases in Florida, we believe that Disney World will also soon see some benefit.
I'm sure they will. I mean, as long as they start making it available to locals and, people aren't afraid to fly.
How is this possible? This is not what I'm hearing. At present, Epcot and Animal Kingdom are outperforming Magic Kingdom in Hollywood?
No.
Bullshit. Well, maybe it's true.
Maybe Animal Kingdom. I don't think Epcot is. I mean, they have the food and wine, but I doubt that.
Epcot's...
Hollywood's always the park
packed.
passes are always gone. No. That one I question. It could be true, but I question it.
But they're talking about how Disney's going to cut back on their hours beginning, next month? I think they're coming back on the hours.
September 8th, I want to say. Yeah, and I know it goes through November at least.
The demand is just not there. I mean, what happened to all the pent-up demand? Guess what? People don't have jobs, and some of them are afraid to fly, and some of them don't want to quarantine, and some of them just don't care. I mean, that's just kind of where we're at with Disney right now. Like we're in the middle of a major crisis in the country, multiple crises in the country, and Mickey Mouse, seeing Mickey Mouse is not a top priority for some people. For
a lot of people, I'd say most people. Clearly, most people, because that's why they're down 8%.
That is true. So let's talk about I guess Disney's dismal 50th anniversary celebration.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be the biggest, happiest, biggest event ever in Walt Disney World history.
It's the happiest event since Mickey danced with Danny F and K, which kind of did happen.
It did.
Was that an Epcot special?
That was the Epcot special, yes. I don't know if Mickey danced with, I think...
Oh, no, he danced with people, though, didn't he?
I don't remember. I just remember...
I know there was dancing somehow.
There's always dancing.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I can't remember.
I remember Danny Kaye looking very annoyed, like he did not want to be there. He's like, I'm just getting through this, and I will cash...
I don't think he looked that annoyed.
He looked pretty annoyed.
Maybe. Really? I think you're projecting.
I don't know. Maybe.
And every time Kneon talks about Disney, he gets pretty annoyed.
I didn't used to be this way.
No, I'm the one that's all the like, yay Disney. He's just like, yeah, screw it. So,
oh my God,
I have to try to keep him more balanced.
That mouse. Anyway, this rumor is coming to us via WDW Pro, who, if you've been watching the channel, you'll know we've been sourcing Pro over on the Magic forums. And yes, this is the same Pro from the Magic forums writing for Pirates and Princesses.
Yep.
So, anyway, Pro is saying you can go, and I will put a link in the description. You can go read the entire article. Please do. But Pro said that they are talking about cutting way back on their 50th anniversary.
That wouldn't surprise me. No, they don't have the money and stuff.
Nope. And they're talking about a new Blink and You Miss It parade.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So attendance. Yeah, this is.
I haven't got to read this yet. I've been busy.
Well, here, we'll read a little bit. We want people to go to the website.
Yes,
though.
please do. It's piratesandprincesses.net. That is piratesandprincesses.net, mostly run by me.
Mostly run by Geeky. Yeah, I occasionally I come in, but then she's like, "You're too negative."
I'm not very ranty over there. I mean, I call stuff out. I will say I think something's crap, and I'll say so. But I it's not like, I'm getting mad about She-Ra or something. So.
Yeah, that should be another blog. I'm mad about She-Ra.com. Okay, so coming from Pro, in light of the current economic issues facing the Disney company, information had already leaked out that the previously planned 50th anniversary parade concept had been scrapped. They were going to do a new nighttime parade. And I heard about this before. They were going to make it bigger, badder, better, I guess, than the Main Street.
People are going to see that picture and get all excited thinking it was Main Street Electrical Parade, and they're going to be disappointed.
Well,
that was Kneon.
You should be.
That's on Kneon.
Well, the parade doesn't... That doesn't exist. The parade doesn't exist. Where am I supposed to get a photo of a parade that doesn't exist?
That's the parade we wish would come back.
This is the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
Because we talk about some elements of that being... And most people would... I think they honestly would be happy if they just brought the Main Street Electrical Parade back to Disney World and added a couple of new floats or something.
Yeah.
But that's not supposedly what's going to happen. So according to several sources, because of the attendance cratering, which we just talked about, including implied information from another user on the WDW Magic forums, literally nobody.
Yes, I have seen them on there.
Okay, Disney is now working on cobbling together. I love that. Cobbling together a 50th nighttime parade out of old parade floats, costumes, multimedia, and effects. So watch them.
No, go ahead.
I'm just like, this is sad.
But this is something they usually do. Like, they save like animatronics and all kinds of stuff and they use it, so that doesn't surprise me. I mean, for a 50th anniversary parade, you'd think they go with something new, so I hope they make it at least look new.
Well, they don't have the money, so they're gonna duct tape this shit together, right? According to another source, this will be interspersed with new floats and costumes, though these will be greatly reduced from the all-new parade that had been planned prior to the pandemic.
I'm not surprised.
And they may just be modified daytime floats. Strong rumor is that the head of Disney Parks, Josh D'Amaro, had already approved the new Greatest Hits Parade, which will be marketed similarly to Epcot Forever as the new big draw for 2021. Blink and you miss it.
But I do like Josh D'Amaro.
I think his heart is in the right place. I just don't think the money is going to be there to do. And I feel bad for him. Like, he's in a really bad place because he's probably the best possible choice to be in charge of Disney World, but he's coming at the worst possible time.
Right, and you know what? He's out there all the time. Like, people are posting on the annual pass holder boards. Yeah, I was talking to this guy, and his name was Josh. I didn't know who he was, and he's just out hanging at the parks, and he'll talk to guests, and if you need help, he'll help you, just like any other cast member.
So, Pro goes on to say that they're going to basically just cobble together elements of the Main Street Electrical Parade, Spectre Magic, Paint the Night, which is, I love Paint the Night. I freaking love
Paint the Night is really good. Do we have a video of that up somewhere?
Somewhere we have a video of it. That was
I think it was on Instagram. I put that up.
Yeah, that was in Disneyland. Now, the thing about Paint the Night, which, people talked about bringing it to Disney World to Magic Kingdom, and I don't think they can do it because of Cars. The Cars float, I guess, is too big. It won't make the turns
because
in the hub.
Yeah,
that's what I'd heard. I don't know. I mean, they could always just drop that float and put another one in. But a very cool parade if you have a chance to see it. But what this shows us is Disney is feeling the pinch. And I think they put on a really brave face at the last quarterly earnings report. But we've heard this from multiple people. Things are worse over there than what they're letting on. And the fact that they're going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World with used floats. is not a good. That's not a good thing.
No, and they canceled a bunch of different things they were working on, or they just went silent on them. A lot of projects. We don't Spaceship Earth. I believe is canceled now. The refurb of that, which I'm not complaining about because some of the choices they're making I questioned. But a lot of things, they have to something to Epcot because Epcot's tore up right now. But there's a lot of things. They keep going back to Splash Mountain though.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Pisses me off.
Well, I was going to say, the meme out was about the Tony Baxter thing, and everybody's like, oh my God, Tony Baxter's kind of retirement for Drain Imagination. Dude was already coming out to work on Splash Mountain. It's not like it's a new thing.
Maybe he had, since they're so down on their luck, maybe he had like a coupon code, like a Groupon. Tony Baxter, I will redesign 2 classic rides for the price of 1 with this Groupon, because I know you guys are hurting.
You know what, though? I really wish that they had money, because I would love to see them do Drained Imagination and have it not suck. I mean, that's one of my things I want more than anything.
I'm hoping now that Bob Iger's kind of sort of out of the way, that they don't turn it into Inside Out. I really would like to see them go back. I mean, look.
Most people, it's like one most requested.
Yeah, Figment, like that is the most, like what do they do? Like people have been requesting Journey to Imagination. Like it does not have to be the same ride it was in the 1980s, right?
If it was similar, that'd be great.
If it was similar, that would be great. If you brought back Dreamfinder, that would be great. Putting IP in that ride doesn't feel right. Like you could have a Pirates of the Caribbean Haunted Mansion style icon of Epcot. That's an original thing that you can sell Figment and Dreamfinder merch, which still sells, by the way.
Right there on the Instagram, that is the picture from the new upcoming starting in September Food and Wine. Mm-hmm. And it's there's a bunch of Epcot stuff.
Yeah,
or Figment stuff for Epcot.
Figment stuff sells. They're still pimping out Dreamfinder stuff. Just bring them back. Make a new ride. Make a good ride. Make it in the spirit of the original. It doesn't have to be beat for beat. But God, you'd make so many people so happy. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't.
Well, they can't now.
Because they're broke.
And then they're going to take money and just retheme Splash Mountain.
Which literally nobody asked for.
No. Literally, people did ask for it.
Twitter.
It's not like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Twitter asked for it.
It's like
Twitter
people
asked
were asking.
for it.
I mean, I'm not going to say literally no one asked.
Okay,
that's not true.
It's not something that. I mean, it comes.
Majority asked for it.
The majority of people did not ask for it. There are like what 4 or 5 times as many signatures to keep Splash Mountain the way that it was compared to the people who wanted it changed. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do, and I guess there are. It is probably the Princess and the Frog is probably the best case scenario, all things considered. But it is funny that they can find the money for that now. But
yeah, no, they cancel their things to find the money for that now.
So we're gonna do budget cut 50th anniversary parade, and we're gonna keep some employees furloughed.
Okay, this is. Hey, here's the thing. Before we get to that, go to the other story. Okay. There's a reason. This happened first. So we had the Q3 earnings. We know that they lost a crap ton of money. They're canceling things. They don't know what they're going to do. They're holding off on dividends and all that. But good news, the executives who were taking a pay cut, to get them through, the ones that were getting paid the whole time where everybody else is furloughed, yeah, they got their full payback already as of the 23rd. That allegedly the internal memo was they would be getting their payback. Now, the vice president's got a 20% cut. Like another level vice president got a 25, and then executive vice presidents got 30, and I got 30. Well, they were still paying them when they were losing money.
Yeah.
And they were like, so it could have been worse because we furloughed a bunch of people and we had pay cuts. Well, they gave the pay cuts back to the executives. However, the furloughed people that are still furloughed are now furloughed longer. You can go to the other story now.
All right, so this is some crap, but they don't have the numbers there to they're not bringing people in.
So what happened is people that were furloughed got informed, and these are some people who got informed that it was lasting longer than the 6 months they told them back in April. Some of them might not be back until like November if they get, and then that could turn into a layoff for all we know.
Well, if they cut back on the park hours and attendance slows down more, yeah, I mean. Man.
Well, here, someone else even called it out. I was going to call it too. They said Disney has furloughed their workforce and not to expect to return with it for 6 months. Furloughment. Furloughment. That's a fun word to say. Furloughment. This last week, Disney also reinstated the gigantic salaries for their executives. And here's the thing: Disney doesn't seem to care about their cast. I gotta tell you, from what I heard, Universal treated their people way better than Disney.
I've heard multiple things. We've had some people try to argue with us that we're too easy on Universal. That they've got problems
laid off people too. I mean, don't get me wrong.
But it's Disney. This is that. And I'll tell you why they did this. I can tell you exactly why they did it.
I'm sure you're right. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
They've had a lot of executives jump ship. Mm-hmm. Okay, now, Mayor jumped ship, the guy who was in charge of Disney Plus.
He regrets that decision.
To TikTok. But I think he did it out of frustration, anger, resentment.
Well, they thought he'd be CEO. He thought, and
he thought he'd be
CEO. Yeah.
Yeah, so he jumped, but then some other executives started leaving too. And now John Lasseter is starting to poach their animation people over at Skydance. So, they're people are jumping ship because they're like, man, the SS Mickey has taken on some water. Let's get the hell out of here.
We're not getting the money here, and they're going to give me money there.
Right.
So people are they're afraid they're going to lose you. But you know what? You're treating your other people like poo. And how many dang VPs do you need? This was like vice president, and then senior vice presidents, and then executive vice presidents. And I'm like, what the flip?
Oh my God! The one company I worked for. Remember that one company I worked for where I told you, I said, literally, we spend 30 hours a week in meetings about meetings.
Meetings about meetings, yes.
I worked for this one company, and I did not stay very long because I'm like, I can't. I just can't. I can't do this. But it was like 30, I swear to God, 30 hours a week in meetings, and I was salaried. So it was expected that I'd do my 40-hour work week on top of the 30 hours of meetings.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was in addition to.
It was, yeah.
This is when you worked far away.
This is when I was, yes.
Yeah, you commuted.
I worked across the state for this one company. And it was expected that you were supposed to get all of this work done in addition to taking all these meetings. The meetings were to line up the work, and then you were supposed to actually get the work done too. And I confronted the people at the company. I'm like, excuse me, but how, when I'm being pulled into meetings that have absolutely nothing to do with me, how in the fuck am I supposed to get everything done? And they were just like, oh, it's just the way we do it here. I'm like, well, that's not how it works in the rest of the world.
Right. Well, it does in corporate America. But but a lot of times they don't get anything done. But yeah, you're expected to do all the work on top of it. And it was just insane. And it did not work out well. I didn't do well with him being gone that long, that far away either.
No, and I was just like, this is a ridiculous company. And I've seen companies like this where they've got the VP of the VP of the VP. My job is to manage Bob and Jim. And Bob and Jim manage so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And we all work together to micromanage like 3 employees.
Yes. But when there's problems, we got to throw the 3 employees off overboard, and then nothing is done doubly.
Yeah, the 3 employees that are making,
did all the work,
making $30,000-$40,000 a year. Yeah, let's get rid of them. They're too expensive. But we got to keep Bob and Jim and Sarah. We'll throw a Sarah in there too, and they're all making over 6 figures. We got to keep them in there because that's how this company works. Remember Walt Disney when he had a pretty lean, mean team. Mm-hmm. Like he knew all his managers. He had FaceTime with them. Successful companies do that until they become big and bloated. Mm-hmm. Gassy.
There's a lot of
gassy
gas.
mouse.
There's a lot of gas.
It's a gassy mouse. There are cast members who are begging for jobs on LinkedIn. I have friends that are working specialty roles at Disney, including management. So it's not just the underlings that are begging for jobs on LinkedIn. It's a dream job that was ripped away from me. I'm open to work are the cries. It's absolutely awful.
The people I know too that down there, that they have friends that work at Disney, and they said it's not good. It hasn't been very good for them. So definitely best thoughts and wishes and all that to everybody affected. Don't worry, I called it out right away.
Yeah,
I had your back.
This is corporate America. This is what Disney is now. It's just a very...
I didn't have to take it. I called it out like, oh, heck no.
People think we hate Disney. We don't hate Disney. We hate what Disney's become. Mm-hmm. Disney was better than this. Even under Eisner, they were better than this. Yep. And this is what they are now. And it's sad. Big and bloated.
Maybe one day we'll have a bunch of good news and we'll be like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Sometimes we did. We actually did a positive video about Josh D'Amaro getting the job because we're like his best. But then what's going to happen is people are going to look at him and be like, oh yeah, Disney, the attendance was down. Let's get rid of Josh D'Amaro.
Even though he wasn't. He's like the one, shining light in among the mess. Well, I did have good news. My one order that we thought was missing in that you made couple calls about got delivered
Yeah.
to my parents' house today. I'll look at it tomorrow when I see them, and I'm hoping that watch. They sent me the wrong thing because one lady said that she ordered a dress and paid $128 for it, and they sent her a $12 backpack.
Oh my God, this is on Shop Disney, which has been a massive, massive cluster. I can understand the first month or two because they weren't expecting all the calls because most people bought merchandise in the parks. But after like 6 months, you'd think they'd get it together.
Yeah.
And they still haven't gotten it together. And I was on the phone trying to get a hold of somebody there I swear to God, I was on hold for 3 hours. I'm not even exaggerating.
Oh, combined, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 hours. And I've heard Let's Get Together by Haley Mills more times than I ever wanted to hear it in my entire life. So
can we wrap this up because it's really hot in here?
Yeah, it is. We're going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Check out piratesandprincesses.net for more Disney news and rumors and all that jazz. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.